baritones and the tenor saxes. Go ahead. B concert, B flat. Go ahead. Let me hear you.
Yeah, sure. There you go.
Okay, now together, baritones. Go ahead. Okay, clarinets. Let's hear your B natural, your concert A. Ready? Go. Flutes, eh? Ready? We're gonna have a home run here. Chord scale. Ready? 1, 2, chord scale, go. Mr. Tennis, he goes.
Where is he?
He's probably back with the seniors.
Oh, it's going to be so hot.
I'm proud of myself having started. I don't know, all these people just saw me run as far as I could. All the graduates, I ran with them, you know? No, like, they're so right. I'm like, I know what all the parents are commenting.
It's your, it's not just your special day.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, that was so awesome last night. Jenna played a recital with fantastic. There's like, it's got two maps. If it gets real windy, put your feet on stands.
Okay, so what? Everybody starts with a perfect score, and you just got this doctor. So it's like, so it says here you won't be penalized for not answering the question. So what I'm hearing is, we don't answer anything, and we can attain a person, like we can attain a glorious victory. So can I just like, just like, in the end, trying to do it. I thought we were in the crowd. Alright, I gotta see Steve. Dude, I was so scared. Well, like, the guy came in. He definitely is.
Just so glad we haven't done it.
And I'm sitting there like, is he looking at my friends? What did you guys walk over here? I faulted that shit. I got out here late. I was way right there. And then it's like, I don't know where, actually, I should have gone to, this is all I brought. I was wearing shorts. I was trying to Wow! How are you?
I've asked my children about this. I'd much rather sit here and play.
You got an
Say
instrument?
that you don't. No.
I'd like to play.
Is there an extra? Is there something?
Yeah, extra instruments.
Somebody can swap out here?
I thought like maybe out there in
I'd hate to just if I can work something out, do you mind? Can I hang with
You
you?
should have ran it. Emma. Hey, shut up, Elaine. You just go like,
Albridge! Mr. Tennis is giving it to you.
where is he?
He's right over there. He's giving leverage. He says go.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah. Big moment, everyone.
1, 2, ready, drums.
Okay, you guys are supposed to turn around now. Stay standing. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hey, let's have a nice round of applause for Mr. Rob Loveridge and the Helena High School Band. And another round of applause for Miss Molly Steele and the Helena High Senior Choir. Would you all please remain standing for one more moment as we honor all of our family members that couldn't be with us today. We especially remember our friend Braden Schaefer. We would like to recognize all of these individuals with a moment of silence. Thank you. You are the worst wave. We're not. That's unacceptable. Stand up. Oh, my God. And all these nice things I said about you in my speech. Here we go. So welcome, parents, families, and friends, as we celebrate this amazing class of 2017 under a beautiful, beautiful Montana sky. In recognition of today's ceremony, I can assure you that I have prepared my over 70-degree speech, which means keep it short. Joining me on stage today for my favorite day of the year, from my right to left, Board Member Karen Goldsberry, Board Chair and Helena High alum Sarah Sullivan, Board Member Sanjay Talwani, Board Member and Helena High School alum Luke Miskevich, our keynote speaker from the class of 1989, Mr. Thomas Nybo, Assistant Superintendent and former Helena High School Principal, Mr. Greg Upham, Assistant Principal, Miss Gabby Clow, Assistant Principal, Miss Stephanie Tennis, Assistant Principal, Mr. Willie Schlepp, and I'm Steve. I remember I just read a story, a Mark Twain quote, and he said that everybody should start the day by eating a live frog. And his reasoning behind that was, once you've eaten that live frog, the worst part of your day is over. So, my gift to you, graduates, I will get the worst part of the ceremony over by giving my speech. I was just recently reminded by this class that there are always new opportunities to learn, and especially when you least expect them, and no matter what the moment. During graduation practice on Thursday, Max Nielsen reminded me of a baseball game that I was coaching last year. And as our umpire, he made a horrible call. He gave the opposing Butte team a home run when it should have been a ground rule double, and we ended up losing that game by 1 run. Max, today I am happy to announce that not only are you no longer a valedictorian, but a review of your transcript early this morning reveals that you are 1 credit shy in government. Bummer, bad call, I guess. Parents and families, a sincere thank you for sending us such incredible kids. This is why I have the best job. We get to see way beyond what the rest of the community really knows about these kids. Every week I have the pleasure of reporting the amazing accomplishments and talents of our students to our staff. State champions in Science Bowl, Science Olympiad, Envirothon, girls basketball, Poetry Out Loud, wrestling, track and field, Serve Montana, first softball trophy in school history, national band recognition in Orlando, national speech and debate qualifiers, Skills USA, youth electrum participants, choir and orchestra performances that are out of this world, theater productions that are hugely entertaining, national merit finalists. That's a lot. And I know, you parents know, and this community knows how incredibly talented these kids are. But I am so happy to report that in a world that has become ever increasingly cynical, these kids are even better people. It touches my heart to hear from teachers and community members of the great impacts they have made with kids or families less fortunate than them. These kids get it. I will use a couple of examples. Our girls basketball state championship this year, for me, watching them win that title was great. And those things are a great source of community pride. But every time I had the opportunity to introduce that group of girls, I would get choked up. Because the girls are such incredible people. It worked out the way it was supposed to. And that doesn't always happen in life, does it? But sometimes the good guy, or in this case, the good girl, wins. Annie Lawler, who is without question one of the brightest, most hardworking, committed kids I have ever known. What high school kid gives up her free time to actively campaign for a successful school bond at the elementary level, a bond that will probably never directly impact her? I could tell stories about all of these kids, but I won't because it's 85 frickin' degrees and Mr. Slep's bald head is burning as I speak. And now look at you in your caps and gowns, all planning for the next steps in your life. You are ready to go out in this world and make your mark. And to be honest, you have absolutely no idea where you are headed. We try to provide you as many opportunities as we can throughout your formal education, but now becomes the big show. And it's exciting, and face it, it's pretty uncertain and scary. The purpose of having Helena High School alums as our speaker, like Mr. Thomas Nybo today, who, by the way, has the goofiest picture in our Hall of Fame at Helena High School ever, is that your passions and talents will take you far beyond what you currently are imagining. And because of who you are as Bengals, where you came from, you are all truly destined for greatness. Being scared and uncertain is a perfect place to be, because as we sit here in front of our parents, I can tell you from experience that on the day you were born, The day we first met you, we looked at your beautiful face, poured out all of our hopes and dreams for you. Parents, remember that day? And it's okay to shed a tear over that, because as we realize, it went by just like that. But just like the day we first met you, there was no damn manual for us either. Just like your life now, there isn't a manual for what you are supposed to do next. So go out and create it. And realize that manual is always in draft form, to be edited, to be illustrated, to never reach its final chapter. So some quick words of advice. First, to our parents. I came across this great quote from the Water Giver. Parenthood is about raising and celebrating the child you have, not the child you thought you'd have. Today it's about understanding that your child is exactly the person they are supposed to be. And if you're lucky, they might be the teacher that turns you into the person you are supposed to be. Parents, I challenge you to sit with the memories of your terrific child and to watch the video of Tim McGraw's song, Humble and Kind, and not tear up. As I have said before, life is a country music song. Unless it's country rap, and then it's wrong and bad. To our students, the person you are with most in your life is you. If you don't like yourself, you're always with someone you don't like. You are the author of the manual of your life. Create the character in the manual that you will like, the kid that chased their dreams. Please don't leave and prepare for a career. Prepare for something that feeds your soul. Find those things in your life that create raw emotion. Parents, when I say don't prepare for a career, please don't think I am encouraging your kids to live in your basement for the rest of their lives. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat are not real life. Real life is real life. Go experience it off the screen. We have had a glimpse of who you are as high school students through all of its highs and lows. Go show the world and let them know who you are. God, that's a great idea for a song. I should give that to the greatest rock and roll band in the history of music, The Who. Write that down. Seniors, we congratulate each and every one of you. We will miss you all. We love you. Class of 2017, be bold, be brave, be Bengals. And now a few words from Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Greg Upham.
Thank you. It's been a long time since I've been able to address the student body at Helena High, and it feels really good. Last night I got a call from Jack, our superintendent, and he said, Greg, he said, I've had a medical procedure and I'm not feeling well enough to do the graduation tomorrow. Can you do it? And I said, well, I might be feeling as bad as you are right now because I don't have anything written down to face 6,000 people about graduation, Jack. He said, you'll be fine. Just put on a lot of sunscreen and don't screw it up. So as I started the speech late last night, I thought to myself, well, now this is Helena High. They do things a little different. They always don't follow the rules. There's humor involved. They try different things. Like when they left all the toilet seats on the hill before graduation my last year, or welded the car around the fence pole or the telephone pole, which we still don't know who that is, but that was actually outstanding. So I thought, what am I going to say that they're going to remember? Go out and be courageous. No, they'll forget that before I even leave the stage. Do the best for your life. Well, we've always heard that. So this is about my 30th graduating class. And I thought, the one thing they're not going to forget, they're not going to forget the Helena High fire. They will not forget that. And I think everybody likes the top 10, like the David Letterman top 10. So here we go. The Helena High Fire top 10. Number 10. Everything and everybody stinks. Number 9. Who the heck is Mr. Asbestos and why won't he let me back in the school? Number 8. Where's the Helena College and where's my math class? Number 7. How do I get a Dayspring cleaning shirt? Number 6. I'm praying that all the math books are burned. Number 5. I saw one of the air scrubbers suck up a freshman. Number 4. Is this what it takes to get new bathrooms? Number 3. Mr. Tennis looks stressed. Number 2. This sucks. Number 1. Who's going to tell the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors they have to make up the days? Because we're out of here, baby. Just remember, Helena High, it's not the fires in your life that's the problem. It's how you put them out that really matters. Thought for the day, laughter.
At this time, we will recognize the Helena High School Valedictorians, Salutatorians, presented by the Helena High School Administration.
We will start with those students that are graduating summa cum laude. Isabel Bruce, daughter of Christine Holting Bruce and Reed Bruce. Isabel will be attending Montana State University. Jessica Ray Ellsworth, daughter of Chris and Karen Ellsworth. Jessica will be attending Rocky Mountain College.
Samantha Grace Holman, daughter of Carrie and Russ Holman. Samantha will be attending the University of Great Falls. Gregory Edward Martin, son of Ed and Denise Martin. Gregory will be attending Montana State University.
Annika Fern Ronan, daughter of Rhonda and Bob Ronan. Annika will be attending Boise State University. Cassina Ann Schmitz, daughter of Pete and Peggy Schmitz. Cassina will be attending Whitworth University. James Gerald Starkey, son of Ed and Cindy Starkey. James will be attending Montana State University. Matthew Thomas Winterstein, son of Jennifer and Alan Winterstein. Matthew will be attending Montana State University.
Okay, valedictorians graduating summa cum laude. Jamie Lee Berry, daughter of Leanne Berry and Jack Berry. Jamie will be attending Carroll College. Katie Elizabeth Carroll, daughter of Lori Carroll and Joe Carroll. Katie will be attending the University of Montana. Lauren Nicole Clinch, daughter of Paula Clinch. Lauren will be attending Montana State University. Christine Nicole Fisher, daughter of Wade and Leslie Fisher. Christine will be attending Montana State University.
Noah Garrett Jakovac, son of Brett and Karen Jakovac. Noah will be attending Montana State University. Kendall Marcus Johnson, son of Mac and Michelle Johnson. Kendall will be attending the U.S. Naval Academy. Annie Healy Lawler, daughter of Sarah and Sean Lawler. Annie will be attending Bowdoin University. College, pardon me. Katie Lindner, daughter of Dora and Michael Lindner. Katie will be attending the University of Montana. Maxwell Philip Nielsen, son of Barry and Nancy Nielsen. Maxwell will be attending Brigham Young University.
Jessica Ann Sakarik, daughter of Stephen and Jamie Sakarik. Jessica will be attending Carroll College. Joseph Alexander Zani, son of Francois and Danielle Zani. Joseph will be taking a gap year.
At this time, we would like to invite up members of the senior choir, directed by Miss Molly Steele, accompanied by Willa Fossum and John Birkland. Great job, Ms. Steele and the seniors. At this time, we would like to invite our valedictorians to the stage for the class reminiscence.
Let's start. Okay. Good afternoon, Helena High class of 2017. Friends, family, and teachers are gathered here today to celebrate us and our tremendous achievement. Our moment is now, but before we move forward, it is imperative we take the time to look back. We must thank those who have been with us throughout our lives, those who have guided us to this very moment. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day. However, we also celebrate friends, family, and teachers who have had a drastic impact on our lives.
Our friends have helped shape us into the people we are today. When we were younger, with playdates and time on the playground, we grew our social skills. Our wit and sass were built on a backbone of endless jokes and quick comebacks. Friends supported us through our rough spots in life and encouraged us through our highest achievements. It is through the relationships with our friends that our personalities and communication skills were formed. Thanks to our friends, we were able to survive the intimidating shift from school to school and the endless hours of study.
Hanging out at each other's homes, sporting events, and our favorite locations around town, our friends have also played a very important role in our young adult lives. Helena High is a unique school because we accept everyone, no matter someone's background or individuality. It doesn't matter if you are an athlete, an intellect, or an artist. Bengals are friends with all kinds of people, and all of us should continue this tradition into the future. Cherish the moments you have with your friends now, because after this, you may never see some of these people again. These are the last moments to make memories from your high school career. Success lies within all of us. Continue to lean on the people that support you throughout your life.
Our families have also been an integral part of our lives, teaching us right from wrong and furthering our knowledge of the world. Our families supported us through their emotional comforting, life lessons, and assistance with impossible homework problems. As young girls and boys, they taught each of us our ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, and songs like the Itsy Bitsy Spider and I'm a Little Teapot. We learned to eat with our mouths closed and our elbows off the table, and to constantly say please and thank you.
Now that we have grown into young adults, our families continue to support us in different ways. They support the decisions we make in our future lives and have helped us to get to where we are now. Through our parents' love, support, and guidance, they have essentially encouraged us to become successful, raising us to motivate ourselves. They have guided us to make our own decisions and continue to support these decisions as we become independent adults. So now, we must thank all of our friends and families for supporting us on our road to this today. You are the reason we are all here.
As our first influence outside of our own family and a source of inspiration from day one, our teachers set the foundation that we still build upon today. Let's face it, Elementary teachers are basically superheroes. They were so much more than just educators. They were our fearless protectors, impromptu nurses, enthralling storytellers, and tireless playmates. Where most people will just see a little kid, our teachers saw us as something beautiful, someone with infinite potential, and someone that would grow up to make them proud. As we got older, our teachers were patient and understanding as we stumbled through the awkward transition between childhood and young adulthood. Middle school. Let's just take a moment of silence for what we put our teachers through. But seriously, their bravery is to be commended as they gave their each and all every day to prepare us for the next chapter of our lives.
That next chapter, though somewhat terrifying at first, would bring more opportunities than we could have ever imagined. For the first time, we had the freedom to choose classes based on genuine interest and had teachers who focused not only on our studies, but on our lives as young adults preparing to make an impact of our own. Teachers taught with the immense passion that inspired us to consider the careers that we now face. They changed the way we look at the world, at each other, and at ourselves. As we face the challenges of adulthood, we can draw from the valuable lessons that we learned from our teachers throughout the years. They taught us math, science, history, and English, but what they taught us by example may turn out to be the most valuable lesson of all. No matter what profession we choose, we can always look to our teachers for inspiration. Through their actions, we learned that we should always put others before ourselves, that a small act of compassion can have an enormous impact, and that our own actions, however subtle, can be a profound source of influence on all those around us.
As graduates, we all know what it is like to have dreams. When I was little, mine was to become a ballerina. This was not only incredibly unoriginal, but also very unreasonable in so many ways. One being the fact that I am the least graceful person alive. We're talking falling up the stairs and tripping over paper clips kind of clumsy. Also, I had never taken any sort of dance lesson in my entire life, aside from the short teachings that I got from my expert friends who happened to start taking dance when they were 4. But these minor setbacks didn't matter to me. I was convinced that one day I would be on stage earning millions of dollars as a professional ballerina. Clearly, I knew nothing about the performance industry, like the fact that you actually have to be talented in order to make a profit. I never did take any dance lessons, but that's okay, because my dream changed. Today, we all understand how dreams can change so quickly, and we can forget what our goals were as kids. We may not become who we wanted to be when we were clumsy 7-year-olds, but we can strive to become who we want to be now.
When I was younger, my dreams changed daily whenever I discovered a new job or occupation, and that's one aspect of myself that hasn't changed, my indecision. Today, I am stuck on what major I should take up in college and what life I should chase after. Right now, I want to be an engineer, but a few months from now, I might discover that I really like the culinary arts, even though I can't cook to save my life. Even though indecision can stress us out sometimes, I think that it is what fuels us to develop our likes and dislikes while making a name for ourselves. Dreams are what improve us, shape us, and inspire us to do great things, not only for ourselves, but others as well. As adults moving on to the next stage of our lives, dreams are probably keeping us all afloat and in anticipation of our futures. It is our job to motivate ourselves and pursue challenging goals, which most of us have been doing since we were young. Whether we dream to be a ballerina or even the president. Our next steps as individuals really depend on us, but they also depend on the dreams we've had since we were kids. Dreams may change as they have when we were younger, and that's okay, because the challenges of our dreams are there to motivate us to go farther. As students and members of Helena High School, we can not only fulfill our individual dreams, but the dreams that our school has for us at the same time.
Okay, it's really hot out here, so I'm just going to say thank you and God bless America. Right, thanks, Max. Okay, when we look back at school in years to come, it shouldn't be remembered as boring. It should be remembered as the years which created who we are. Behind all of the boring subjects, behind the mathematics and the science and the English, was so much more. The activities we have participated in have made us who we are. I remember when I was younger, I always wanted to be a professional athlete. From soccer to baseball to tennis, my journey through these many sports has made me who I am today. Then there were the times when I wanted to be a politician. Activities like student government introduced me to a new and exciting world of choices in governing. These experiences and many others made me undeniably and irrevocably myself. Now, on the brink of something new and unexpected, we can take all of the experience and the passion we got from these extracurricular activities and we can channel it into something bigger. As we go on into the future, the class of 2017 has the talent and the potential to make the world a better place.
In elementary school, whenever I was asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" my answer was everything. Of course, my perception of everything was based on a t-shirt I had as a kid. It included a fireman, a doctor, a teacher, an astronaut, and a lawyer. I thought it was silly that we only had to choose one, so I decided, why not be a firefighting space doctor who taught law? I couldn't believe no one had ever thought of that idea before. But, of course, as I got older, I gained a better sense of what it takes to do just one of those jobs, and subsequently realized how impractical my awesome dream really was. It was tough to let go of the idea of flying around the cosmos, teaching law, putting out fires, and saving lives. Yet, it's true that we felt and feel a pressure from people expecting us to do or to figure out what we want to be and exactly what we are going to do.
But now all of this has come full circle, and we know that we can be whatever we want and create our own path. And if that means being a few different things, then we know that is entirely possible. All around us are role models that haven't let themselves be pigeonholed into one career, and they motivate us to go out and be well-rounded and active citizens all over our community. They have taught us to mold our own futures and make our dreams happen. It is because of them that we see such great possibility for what is ahead. We know that we can go and make a difference in the lives around us, whether we are doctors, computer science, teachers, lawyers, or the president. When we look back at Kendall's shirt, we see not just a dream, but a reality. What we can strive for and look to be, only thanks to the teachers, parents, peers, administrators, and siblings that have stood by us and challenged and inspired us. And as we sit here now, this might be the last time many of us see each other or talk to one another. But I really hope this isn't the last time we hear about a class of 2017 Bengal changing the world. Thank you, Helena, and thank you to the class of 2017. Go be what you have made yourself to be,
and don't ever forget where you came from. Helena High, class of 2017, the future is all yours.
At this time, I would like to bring to the stage Mr. William Rain O'Brien and Aaron Sargent to introduce our keynote speaker.
Good afternoon to our families, friends, and fellow graduates. My name is Aaron Sargent.
And my name is Rain O'Brien. Thank you all for being here to support us today. Aaron, do you think we should?
I think we should take a selfie.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. That was fun. Our speaker this afternoon has traveled around the world documenting extraordinary people, places, and events. He has worked in over 100 countries under UNICEF, the New York Times, PBS, and Frontline News.
Thomas Nybo works as a freelance filmmaker and photographer. He has documented world events such as the Syrian refugee crisis, the Nepal earthquake, and the state of the Middle East. His stunning photography is a very powerful and very real look into the world we live in.
Thomas Nybo graduated from Helena High School with the class of 1989. While in high school, he participated in wrestling and was an all-state football player.
Today, Thomas has flown in from Afghanistan, where he has been on assignment for UNICEF.
We are honored to introduce this incredible man to all of you today.
So without further ado,
the Helena High class of 2017 commencement speaker, Thomas Nybo.
Thank you. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. That is the challenge before you, class of 2017. It's quite simple. Those are your choices. A daring adventure or nothing. I choose a daring adventure, and I hope you do too, because that means you have passion, and the world needs more people with passion. The courageous woman who wrote those words, a daring adventure or nothing, was blind and deaf. So what excuse do we have? What excuse do you have for not embracing a daring life of adventure? Helen Keller went on to say, security is mostly a superstition. It does not exist in nature, nor do the children of men as a whole experience it. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. The fearful are caught as often as the bold. That bears repeating. The fearful are caught as often as the bold. So let us be bold. For as the Latin proverb states, fortune favors the bold. So graduates, I ask you, why am I standing here before you? Why me? Because this beautiful community, and my parents in particular, encouraged me to ask, why not me? A quick shout out to my mother, Suzanne, who is here today. I love you, Ma, and I thank you for pushing me to get out there and to choose a daring adventure. I was encouraged to embrace the risk of failure, to live outside of my comfort zone, because outside of your comfort zone is where life truly begins. One of the smartest decisions I've made when I was in my 20s is when I tried to quit my job. I was working at CNN and spending all of my days in a newsroom writing stories on a computer. But I wanted to get out and experience the world firsthand. I went to my boss and told her I was going to quit and travel the world. Thomas, why don't you take 3 months off and we'll hold your job for you? My response, why don't I take 6 months off and you hold my job for me? She was a bit taken aback, to say the least. She fumbled at her computer for a moment, like a car salesman going to talk to his manager, and then she said yes. I sold my kayak, I sold my extra cameras, and I sold my guitar, and I moved to Costa Rica with my backpack and my mountain bike, and I worked my way up through Central America, across Mexico, and lived for a summer in Cuba on about $8 a day, which was possible when living illegally in the spare bedroom of a pair of Cuban doctors. During these travels, I learned Spanish and fell in love with a German woman with an Australian accent. I learned to surf and dance salsa and climb volcanoes. I fell out of love with the beautiful German woman with the Australian accent. And something wonderful happened. I learned, I believe, for the first time in my life, to truly embrace the unknown. I was forced to meet new people on a daily basis, outside of my comfort zone in the United States. This boy from Montana had finally become a citizen of the world. And when I returned to CNN 6 months later, I was a changed man. I had swagger. I wanted to be an on-camera reporter, so I hired an editor and a guy with a camera and put together my first CNN news package starring myself. The story? The growing popularity of salsa dancing in the United States. It even had me on camera, dancing with my beautiful Latina instructor. One night, at the end of a long overnight writing shift, I dropped the tape off to the president of CNN Headline News, Bob Fernand, hoping he might approve it for air at some point in the future. He must have liked it, because 4 hours later, my roommate at the time ran in and woke me up. Dude, you are on TV. And there I was, with this beautiful bald head on televisions across the country, dancing salsa. Later, I was working as a writer and editor in the main CNN newsroom, and I could see out of the corner of my eye the glass-enclosed office of the network president, Eason Jordan. I'll let you in on a secret. For weeks, I was biding my time to ambush Eason Jordan. One hot day, fire season hit California, and I waited a few days until Eason Jordan's secretary left early. Then I marched up to his office, like a boss, I might add, with my laptop and knocked on his door. Mr. Jordan, I told him, my name is Thomas Nybo, and I can do it all. I can shoot, I can report, and I can edit stories on my laptop. I'm also a former volunteer firefighter from Choteau, Montana. And you should send me out to California by myself to report on the wildfires. Can you believe the audacity? Eason Jordan smiled. The next day, his assistant called me. Pick a fire, Thomas. Any fire in California. And you go report on it. You leave in 2 days. And so I picked a fire. I flew to Oakland, rented a car, and drove to the smoke. And I'm not going to lie. I crushed it. That's what it takes. Get out of your comfort zone. And know that at life's crucial moments, you need to go all in. Soup to nuts, baby. When the war in Iraq was about to start in 2003, and CNN wanted to embed reporters with U.S. troops, I was one of the first journalists called. All of a sudden, this guy from Helena High School is in a war zone having daily conversations on live television with Wolf Blitzer and Anderson Cooper. None of this would have happened had I listened to the voices of my supervisors. None of this would have happened had I listened to my many critics. You know what I say? F your critics. That's right, that's right. I said it, I said it, I said it. Forget your critics. You will find out soon enough that if you don't know what you want in life, there's a long line of people who will guide you. And that guidance is often the beginning of a slow torturous path to misery. Trust me. Allow me to backtrack, if I may. Take a moment, seriously, and look around you. Whether you loved high school or had a wretched time, and you can't wait to get out of here, you are in this together. We are in this together. Everything you've accomplished and learned and survived at this point has happened within this beautiful community. I want to show you something. It's my Montana driver's license. I haven't lived here for more than 20 years, but everywhere I go around the world, I carry my Montana driver's license. I have 2 motorcycles and a truck with Montana plates. Why? Because for me, it's 406 for life. Montana is in my blood. I live in Atlanta, I work around the world, but I am from Montana. Montana is a part of our story. Your story, my story, even if we leave Montana. Around the world, people sit up and take notice when I mention that I'm from Montana. Montana is a brand, literally. If you travel to parts of Mexico, Israel, Mexico, or Russia, you will find Montana cigarettes. They're kind of like Marlboros, only cheaper and presumably a tad more dangerous. Montana to much of the world represents the Wild West, a tough, rugged place with mountains, cowboys. You know, the place where Leonardo DiCaprio was mauled by a grizzly bear and a reporter was mauled by a politician. The friends and family here with you today represent your community. And as you move forward, it's important to remember this community and understand what makes this community strong, what makes this community good. What makes it the kind of community you want to be a part of, whether you're living in Helena, Bozeman, Kathmandu, Mogadishu, or Ouagadougou. My mother said, "Is Ouagadougou a place?" And I said, "Yeah, Mom, and I've been there 3 times. For the past 15 years, I've traveled the world, spending roughly half of my time visiting slums, refugee camps, a few war zones, countries hit by typhoons, tsunamis, and earthquakes. I've met presidents and kings, celebrities and famous athletes. I've spent Valentine's Day with David Beckham, touring spots devastated by a typhoon in the Philippines. I've walked with supermodel Heidi Klum through the most dangerous neighborhood in Haiti. But the people who impress me most, the people I consider my heroes, are the underdogs. The ones who make communities strong, the ones who stand up and fight, especially when the odds seem impossible. In Afghanistan a week ago, I met a girl named Zara who would be a freshman at Helena High this year if she had been born here. But Zara was born in Afghanistan. When she was 6, tending to her family's sheep in the hills, Zara stepped on a landmine. It blew off half her foot. An infection meant doctors had to cut off the leg just below the knee. I don't tell you this story to depress you. I hate that we live in a world where a child, any child, has to face something as vicious and depraved as a landmine. But I am proud to be working alongside the people who built her school, and in the process created a place where Zara knows she deserves to be in a classroom, that she deserves to be given a safe environment to play, that she deserves to know that her life is important and that her dreams matter. After I met her, Zara ran out of the school to the playground to join her friends. Her laughter was the most beautiful thing I've heard in a long, long time. It's a given in this life that bad things will happen. The only question we're left with then is, do we have the courage to make good things happen? Do we have what it takes to step forward and make our communities and the global community strong and accepting and kind? The kind of place like Helena, Montana, where I am inspired by you and the journey of students like Clayton Canty. Clayton, as you likely know, weighed less than 2 pounds at birth. Doctors told his parents that Clayton would suffer lifelong lung problems and severe asthma. But Clayton Canny is a fighter. Clayton Canny worked his tail off with no reasonable expectations of athletic success. And this season, Clayton Canny made the varsity squad running cross country. I'm proud of you, Clayton, and I'm proud of this community. I'm going to tell you about another girl, this one 15 years old. She would be a sophomore if she grew up in Helena, but she grew up in Romania. And someone in her family sold her as a sex slave when she was just 11 years old. She was forced to have sex with half a dozen men every day for years in a back room. When she told me her story, I could barely keep it together. Her story haunts me to this day. And the only reason I was able to speak with this girl is because of a personal hero of mine. Her name is Jana Matej, and her calling in life is to rescue girls who've been sold into the sex trade. She kidnaps the girls who have been kidnapped, and she restores their dignity and their hope as much as anyone can. To this day, Jana has personally had a hand in rescuing nearly 500 girls who have been sold and forced into a brutal life of prostitution. A wise sage by the name of Mr. Rogers once shared a story that sums up courageous women like Jana. He said, "When I was a boy and I would see scary things in the news, my mother would say to me, 'Look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. If you look for the helpers, you will know there is hope.' The helpers make a community strong. The helpers remind us of the power of good people doing the right thing. We can be, we should be, the helpers. Most of my work these days is traveling to difficult places and telling the stories of children in peril. Children like Zara, children like Munir, a 17-year-old boy whose school in Afghanistan was bombed by the Taliban. His left arm was partially paralyzed in the attack, and his family sent him on a dangerous path to Europe by himself to try to start a better life. When I met Munir, he was living by himself in a tent in a park in Serbia. He had run out of money, and he was unable to continue his journey. When I met him, my first question, "Does your mother know you're alive?" It had been 2 weeks since he had spoken to her. I handed him my iPhone, and he called her back in Afghanistan, and he told her, "Mom, I'm safe, and I'm with people who want to help me." That's all it took to be a helper. I want each and every one of you, whether your name is Levi Rispens or Jimmy Sabonia or Lauren Roach or Madison Tyson, to have a life that is a daring adventure, a life of consequence, a life where you are a helper. You are the person who stands up for the oppressed, the abused, the most vulnerable. I asked my friends on Facebook what advice they had for you, the class of 2017. Here are some of my favorites. Put down your phone. Get a passport. Never eat Hot Pockets. Ever. Experiences over things, always. Helena's own Teacher of the Year, Kelly Elder, said, "Be the voice for those without a voice." A friend of mine I met in Afghanistan said, "Play nice with other children, share your toys, and if you have nothing nice to say, it's time to be quiet." Seek to change minds, especially your own. Certainty is death. Assume your life is long, so be patient. Assume your life is short, so don't waste it. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. And many people need it sorely on these accounts. Mark Twain said that first. He's not my friend on Facebook. Pursue more of what you want most and less of what you want right now. And finally, and perhaps this is the best advice, if you're expecting to gain wisdom and insight from my speech, stop listening now. The only way anyone ever truly learns anything is through their own experience. Class of 2017, I thank you and I salute you. Go boldly forth into this world and embrace this daring adventure and be a helper. Good luck.
At this time, we will begin the presentation, the reading of the class roll by the valedictorians and salutatorians.
Okay. Should I wait till they come up? Yeah. Yeah, just go.
Is it cum laude, right?
Yes.
Do I, wait, they're not here yet. Go?
Yeah. Okay. Alex Dale Ackerland. Maggie Elizabeth Adamson, cum laude. Kier Devon Adgerson. Alexander Giovanni Alberta. Amanda Marie Allen, magna cum laude. Zoe Marissa Allen. Brady Dawn Anderson. Darian Elise Anderson. Jonathan Taylor Armstrong. Ryan Anthony Arnston. Linda Elizabeth Backstrom. Lucas Patrick Baker. Lucas Kalevi Ballantyne. Tyler Clark Ballweber, cum laude. Kelsey Marie Balsam, magna cum laude. Ryan Patrick Kelly Bates, cum laude.
Tyler Thomas B. Kasaya Ann Benson. Nicodemus James Burbis. Britta Caroline Bindi, magna cum laude. Jared Michael Bingham. Uriah Thomas Birchmeyer. Tristan Riley Black. Janae Brianne Bodner, cum laude. Christopher Richard Bosch, magna cum laude. Bud Hunter Braithwaite. Ellie Mae Brining. JD Reese Brees. Cody Ann Marie Bring. Aspen LaDawn Brome. Claire Elaine Broston. Olivia Josephine Bruce, magna cum laude. Chantel Anne Marie Bryant.
Caitlin Nicole Buck. William John Daniel Buff. Nicholas James Burkhard. Haley Brianne Burke. Lindsay Noel Burkett, magna cum laude. John Andrew Birkland, cum laude. Shimoni Marquez Butler. Alexis Marie Byrne. Eugene Corey Byron. Devlin Clay Calder. Belina Kimberly Caldwell. Brianna Lynn Canwright. Clayton Charles Canty, cum laude. Benjamin Andrew Carlson Thompson. Joel Wyatt Clark. Tucker Trenton Clark. Ricky Lockwood Clevenger.
Jeannie Margaret Coyle, magna cum laude. Andrew Thomas Kramer. Haley Ryan Crawford, cum laude. Jesse Aaron Riesbeck Kundal. Ella Catherine Courier, magna cum laude. Kimberly Ann Curtis. Hunter Glenn Davis. Leah Marie Davis, magna cum laude. Charles Dexter Dean. Chandler Allen Delude. Richard Michael Deschamps. Sydney K. Dewart. Dusty Lynn Dexter. Jennifer Elizabeth Diedrichson, magna cum laude. Mariah Noel Dietz.
Dylan Robert Lewis Drivdahl, a.k.a. The Dragon. Dana Marie Ducello, magna cum laude. Kendra Marie Dunlap, magna cum laude. Justin Paul Durbin. Logan Michael Dutton. Eli Henry Dykoff. Faith Michelle Ebert. Bradley William Edgar. Taylor Montana England. Taryn Emily Erickson. Bradley Jordan Estrada. Brooke Madison Evans, cum laude. Haley Yvonne Fadness. Anna Marlene Falquist. Brett Eugene Farr. Jade Alexa Farr. Taylor Brianne Fife.
Joshua Dwayne Finley, cum laude. Aiden Teague Fitzgerald, magna cum laude. Cody Wyatt Flinders, magna cum laude. Willa Chandler Fossum. Jewel Charlene Fox. Rose Leslie Fox. Justin Robert Frew, cum laude. Grace Leonora Garrett, magna cum laude. Abby Caitlin George, magna cum laude. Jade Hope Gestring, cum laude. Tyler Scott Giesregen, magna cum laude. Tara Lee Gilchrist, magna cum laude. Zane Anthony Gleich. Selena Ann Goddard, magna cum laude. Guy William Goffner, cum laude. Mortimer Pother Gold. Elijah James Greger. Rosemary Gabriel Grinzel.
Amber Marie Golrich. Brendan Lowell Haight. Sierra Lene Hammond. Abigail Eliza Hanna. Cade Jonathan Hardy. Gage Richard Harmon. Sean Anthony Harris, magna cum laude. Jade Rose Harrison. Brianna Lynn Hathaway. Owen Michael Hathaway. Autumn Patience Hayes.
Madeline Elizabeth Heiser. Haley Holly Henriksen. Anna Marie Henry. Grayson Kaori Hilborn, magna cum laude. Taryn Marie Holland, cum laude. Brooklyn Whitney Homeland, magna cum laude. Joseph Zachary Hoover.
Michael Hornby. Nicole Anna Lee Horvath, cum laude. Caitlin Parker Howarth, cum laude. Joseph Thomas Hoyam. Jesse Dawn Hughes. Jared Lee Huntsaker, magna cum laude. Jeanette Francis Hooray. Emily Ann Jenkins, magna cum laude. Hannah Catherine Johnson, magna cum laude. Jordan Mackenzie Johnson. Taylor Shea Jolly, magna cum laude. Emma Lynn Jordan. Annabelle Deneen Jurgens. Christopher Paul Kelly. Margaret Elizabeth Kerr, magna cum laude.
Celinda Catherine Kiefer, magna cum laude. Michael Jessica Kiley. Bernard Louis Kinsing, cum laude. Kendra Nicole Cloker. Benjamin Michael Knudsen. Grace Yvonne Koch. Jordan Camille Koenig. Wyatt Guy Kopik Sperry. Cameron David Codis. Taylor May Krantz, magna cum laude. Dylan Robert Kreslak, cum laude. Michael Robert Thomas LaFleur. Jackson Patrick Lang Boger. Sam Grizzly Lashley, cum laude. Ashley Lauren Levine, magna cum laude. Jada K. Leachy. Michael John Lemons. Jamie Marie Lingenfelter.
Macy Shea Livesay, magna cum laude. Brent Riley Lloyd, cum laude. Dallas Peyton Long, magna cum laude. Erin Hope Longden, magna cum laude. Samuel John Luther. Cassidy Rose Maddox. Kyler Hanley Maharg, magna cum laude. Adelia Maratovna Mukishva. Carrie Lynn Mandera. Noah Paul Manabusin. Olivia Ann Maryguard. Emma Faith Martin, cum laude. Austin David Woodrow Mason. Brianna Dawn Massey. Dalton John Matthews, cum laude. Emily June Minard. Erin Marie McDuffie.
Shannara Eva McDunn, magna cum laude. Connor Allen McClary, cum laude. Brian Anthony McMahon, magna cum laude. Mitchell James McNeil, cum laude. Graham Joseph McPhail. Tara Elise Medina Capelas, cum laude. Austin Cole Miller. Branson Sage Mitchell. Zachary Kyle Moe. Amber Mackenzie Moody. Kimber Jean Mook, magna cum laude. Corey Jacqueline Morano. Alexander Joseph Mosier. Kristen Nicole Muffick. Wesley Eileen Neal, magna cum laude. Danielle Colleen Nelson, magna cum laude. Victoria Ann Nelson.
Christopher Joseph Ness. Brant Franz Netshirt. Bradley Kanu'i Nevins. Adam Michael Newman. Luck Quen Gwen. Joshua Kiefer Noam. Gabrielle O. Norris. Jack Vincent Norum. Tara Lynn Novak. Jared Troy Nygaard. William Rain O'Brien. Isaiah R.C. Odell. Derek Sean Olson. Caitlin Noel O'Malley, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Michelle Orm. Morgan Lynn Orison. Kieran Paige Owens.
Tyler Cole Paddock. Tanner Scott Pankratz. Gabriel Aaron Pargott. Kiera Dawn Parrish. Justina K. Pennell. Trevor Jared Peterson. Caleb Jeffrey Peterson. Dominic James Pearson. Mariana Delyn Pizzini, magna cum laude. Rebecca Grace Pop. Carissa Faith Porter. Christopher Spencer Powers. Brooke Marie Price, magna cum laude. Brandon M.L. Pronto. Seth Thomas Putnam, magna cum laude. Patrick McKay Quinnell.
Michelle Lynn Quinones, cum laude. Kinsey May Quist. Jackson Thomas Roscoe. Michael Courtney Blaine Rada. Courtney Lee Radke, cum laude. Kiara Rose Randall, magna cum laude. Kimberly Brooke Randolph. Savannah Beth Randolph. Jonathan Stewart Carter Rankin. Stetson Terry Ratzla, cum laude. Taylor Dane Raynor. Preston Pofall Reed, magna cum laude. Emily Ruth Richardson. Jacob John Reese Roncalli, magna cum laude. Levi Jackson Rispens, magna cum laude. Matthew Allen Rispens. Landon Paris Rivers. Lauren Elise Roach, magna cum laude.
Isabella Gabrielle Rodriguez. Cheney Marie Romero. Emily Marie Roos. Christopher Chet Russick, magna cum laude. Haley Nicole Russell. Brendan Patrick Rust. Tiffany Lacelle Safis. Logan Christopher Sanchez. Aaron Marine Sargent, magna cum laude. Nathaniel John Julio Sargent. Brett Eugene Sauter. Braden Michael Savage. Sierra Maria Sheet. Cody Fitzpatrick Schlau, cum laude. Kendra Marie Schmidt. Emil Hayden Schruel. Nathan Craig Shuley, cum laude.
Julius Duwan Scott. Elizabeth Marie Scrimshire. Donald Braden Sedevy. Jacob Peter Sitch. Isabella Rose Slocum. Daniel Peter Smith. Ethan Mitchell Smith. Jasmine Lee Smith, magna cum laude. Carly Jaden Snar, magna cum laude. Zoe Savannah Snell. Remington Elizabeth Snezig.
Haley Braylin Snyder. James Daniel Sabonia, magna cum laude. Kaylee Marie Sobrapena. Jacob R. Soja. Justin Dean Songer. Kaya Michelle Steele. Macy Luann Stevens. Alexandra Michelle Stevens. Miera Monet Aleza Stewart. Brandon Jerome Stinson. Daniel Wayne Stockton, magna cum laude.
Amber Joyce May Stout. Porter Isaac Struble. Ryan David Swanson, magna cum laude. Daniel Michael Timothy Talbert. Dustin Michael Tecca. Sydney Elise Temple, magna cum laude. Taylor Lynn Terrio.
Clara Jo Thamke, magna cum laude. Luke Jason Thornock. William Joseph Thomas Tiddy. Julia Christine Tollickson. Dylan Campbell Tolan, cum laude. Foster Cole Trainer. Madison K. Tyson, cum laude. Lane Jonathan Ulberg, magna cum laude. Kira Nicole Ulmer. Simon Dean Valdez. Ted Sundby Van Alstyne. John David Vanderploeg. India Michael Varma, cum laude. Madeline Marie Vince. Peyton Andrew Verts. George Raymond Wackles. Stephen Jacob Waddington. Gabriel Daniel Walsh, cum laude.
Emily K. Walter, magna cum laude. Katerina Madeline Webb, cum laude. Kirsten Alexis Weller. Kennedy Ann West. Justin Time Whitaker. Callie Joe Wilcox. Dakota Jeremy James Williams. Darren Orion Williams. Henry James Williams, magna cum laude. Tristan Joseph Williams. Whit Patrick Williams. Darby K. Winfield, magna cum laude. Ashley Lillian Wolf, magna cum laude. Kendra Raylene Woodland, cum laude. Evan Spencer Ray. Maya Ann Zalewski, magna cum laude.
Congratulations. I got you. Congratulations.
Good luck to you, all right?
Everybody needs luck. You never know.
Someday my job will change your last name. Whoa, and I'll be
Yeah, you're the last one.
Really, this is like real life stuff. Littering. Will you please move your tassels from right to left? We're not done yet. So this is the audience participation portion of our program, and this was started several years ago by my predecessor, Mr. Greg Upham. But before we send these seniors away, we're going to sing to them. So parents and families, let's make sure they hear it. If you've heard this song before, please join in, because I'm not going to sing the whole thing by my lonesome. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. By the power vested in me by the Helena School District Board of Trustees, I pronounce the class of 2017 graduated.